residents refusing to let census officials enter their homes? And can you actually face a 3-year jail term for obstructing census work? In a first, authorities in Haryana have recommended FIRs against government staff, even as enumerators complain of hostility from housing societies. India's population census 2027 exercise is underway, beginning with the house listing phase that started on April 1. But on the ground, enumerators, many of them government school teachers, say they are facing resistance. In several high rise societies, especially in Gurugram, residents and RWAs have reportedly denied entry to census workers even after they showed valid ID cards. To talk more on this, we have with us Dr. Lalit Jain. He is Director Census Operations Haryana, and he will explain to us the problems that are being faced by enumerators and what are the legal implications of not participating in a census exercise. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Hindu.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijeta.
I would like to begin by asking you the kind of complaints that enumerators are making of not being allowed entry in gated societies. If you could elaborate on that.
See, I won't call it a large scale complaint, but yes, in metropolitans like Gurgaon, there are some instances where the resident welfare association of the high end societies they are not allowing some of our enumerators to get inside and do the enumeration. So we have requested the presidents of the RWA to allow us to do so because census ultimately is a nation building exercise. And it is the benefit of everybody that we enumerate and we get to know the basic data about our population.
Okay, and could you name these societies if there are particular societies that are not allowing entry, or this is a like a widespread problem?
Names, you are looking, sitting locally, so you would know all the names. So there
Hmm.
may be any name, names do not matter much, but it is that the high end societies where rich people live, sometimes they have a resistance not to
Hmm.
allow a census staff. We understand that there may be some apprehensions in their mind that maybe people are genuine or not. For that, now we have introduced the scan code enabled identity cards. Any person who has any doubt about the authenticity of our numerator, he can scan the code on the ID card and hence verify whether the person who has come for enumeration is genuine or not.
Okay, so these apprehensions they are regarding, sharing sensitive personal data, or it's just that a stranger arrives at your doorstep and they don't want to let them in? What is the kind of apprehension that they fear?
See, it can be both. It can be a stranger anxiety also, and it can be some apprehension for sharing the personal data. And through your organization, I would like to say that data we are asking is not something which is very, very personal. We are just asking people whether they have drinking water supply at their home, whether they have toilets at their home. Now, it is something which can be seen by anybody by naked eye also. And secondly, they need not fear because whatever data they'll be giving, that is secure with us. In no case will share this data with anybody. Moreover, this data will not lead to any documentation also, and it cannot be used against you. So this is provision under the Census Act only. So they need not be apprehensive, and like other sections of our society, they should come forward and give data to us.
Okay. And so, since this is the first digital census in the country and the first also to allow self enumeration, so what has been the response for self enumeration in Haryana? And what do you suggest? Like, how do you plan to, encourage more people to self enumerate on the census portal?
We have received a very good response from Haryana. More than 3 lakh plus households have enumerated through the self enumeration portal that was open for 15 days. Now, since the portal has closed, another opportunity will arise when we do the population enumeration. That is next year. We'll have self enumeration then also. So, there's another chance for people to self enumerate at that time. But now the self enumeration portal has closed. People need not worry. Our enumerators are going to come and take the physical data, and it doesn't take more than 4 to 5 minutes for them to complete the exercise. So it's very easy this time.
So, since the operation, since the exercise is uniform across the country, if you could explain to our viewers who will be watching from across the country, because the first phase of census is on in the other parts of the country also. How does this self enumeration portal work, and will this be followed by a visit by the enumerators? So, are they going to ask the same questions again, which I have filled in the uh, which a resident has filled in the self enumeration on the self enumeration portal?
In case you have already self enumerated, you need not be asked any question. So, a numerator will come, he will ask for your self enumeration ID. In fact, we have guided them to put the first question to the client that have you gone through self enumeration? If answer is yes, he is just going to ask you for your ID and no more questions are going to be asked. In case you have not done your self enumeration, then the questions will be same. That is 33 question which you answered in self enumeration. We don't ask any OTP. We don't ask any Aadhaar card or a PAN card in this exercise.
Okay, so I was going through your social media activity of population census 2027. There are a lot of videos, educational videos, which have been posted by Census India, warning people, educating them that this data will be confidential and it will not be used against any resident to cut their name from any government scheme. So are you facing these kind of questions on the ground also, where especially people in the slum areas, are they apprehensive about their benefits being cut on the basis of this survey?
See, after we have undertaken a lot of intensive IEC exercise and publicity, there has not been much of a problem for us. And I don't think so. People are apprehensive. We have reached to them through various media. So, not much of such questioning is there for us.
Okay. And Haryana has also become one of the first states to register an FIR against two enumerators. If you could throw some light on it, what happened?
No, no. This is not the first state to register an FIR. It happens in all the censuses because generally it is a way to bring people to their duty. It happens in election also, and Haryana is not the first state. Other states sometimes they have to, but it's very rare of the rare. In three and
No,
a
I
half
meant
crore population.
yeah, I
Yeah.
meant during the
So sorry.
ongoing exercise. One of the first instances which has come to
Yes, you can
public
say that
knowledge.
in our state, but I'm not very sure whether what you are mentioning was the first one. I think that there have been earlier also. It is simply an FIR which is just prodding people and to come back to your duty. If they come back to your duty, there will not be a problem for them. But yes, FIR we are going to register in case people are not going to respond because it's a national duty. And just like elections, you cannot refuse the census duty also.
Okay, so the enumerators, they're mostly like what category of government staff?
There's a whole plethora and a whole basket from which we pick up our enumerators. They may be school teachers, they may be bank employees, public sector undertaking employees, Anganwadi workers, so on and so forth.
Okay, and you have provisions for registering a case against enumerators if they don't, participate in the exercise. But what about people? What if a resident refuses to give information? What is the legal implication for that?
Legally, under the Census Act, a resident is supposed to give information, but we have never seen a case whereby we have registered a FIR against a resident. Generally, what we do is we get hold of the local body members, that is the sarpanches and the panches and the ward members and the presidents of the municipal council. Generally, they come to the people and they guide them in case any such disturbance is seen. Otherwise, it is not much of a problem.
Okay, and there is lot of buzz about the second phase of census because it's going to enumerate caste for the first time. So I would like to ask if the questions for caste enumeration have been finalized yet or not.
No, we don't have any details at the directorate level about the same.
About caste enumeration.
We don't have much of a detail, but we know that caste enumeration will take place. But details we don't know.
Okay, and that can also be done online, as you said earlier. The second phase.
Yes, this is what the proposal is that this can be done online by self enumeration, but details are yet to come. We have not received any official communication with regards to the name.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. That was a really insightful discussion. Thanks again.
Thank you, ma'am.